Hello, it's me. I've been wondering if after all these years you'd like to me to go over everything. They say the time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. What is up, y'all? It is your girl Mo, and we are back with another live video, y'all. I am Monique, your foundation layer coach. This is the Rebuild Empire channel, and we are back because I would like to know, why do people trust their trauma more than your future? I think I have been stuck in that placement for years, where I always just trusted what my trauma has told me. I've always trusted what the past has said about me, never fully understanding that what back then says about me does not dictate what today says. I think we all just need to show up whether we are ugly for the moment, or show up if we're raggedy, show up if we are down and out, show up if we don't believe in ourselves. I think we just have to take the necessary time to really invest in showing up. I think that's the biggest task that we all struggle with, is just showing up for ourselves. We've shown up for so many people, for so many circumstances, but we never show up for us. And I think it's so important because think about how in scripture it always says, love thy neighbor as they love thyself. But a lot of us do not love ourselves because we are so stuck in what people have said about us in the past. So, because what people have said in our trauma, now while we're trying to move forward into our future, we are stuck in place and complacent in what this person has already declared, that this is who I am. So how do I move forward when this is how I feel? Hey y'all. But I just want y'all to really start investing in just showing up. Show up regardless of what trauma has said about you. I want you to show up regardless of what your family has said, what relationships and friendships have, you know, panned out to be. I want you to show up for you. Like, even if nobody else, I like these lives because it allows for me to prove myself wrong, if I'm being completely honest. Because there was never a time in my life where I thought that I would be on a live. Like, I've always been shy in life. I've always been a scary cat where I'm just like, thank you, Ham Fam Cam. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that little name. But it's just, I want y'all to understand that it is so important to show up for you. For so long, y'all, I allow for people to tell me who I was, and for people to dictate just how my life should go. You get what I'm saying? I've allowed for a lot of things to overrule my mind. And I think the biggest thing that we could ever allow is for people to get control of this. So I want y'all to understand that it is so crucial to take your life back, take your power back. Anything that you felt left with somebody that you released, I want you to take it back. And I want you to stand on every neck that you can. He's talking about for a big. I ain't big. I'm just laying down. They is so funny. Bordy, you fan, whatever that means. But I just, yeah, don't be shy. People should not bully. No, they shouldn't bully. But I'm such a jokester. Like, I don't really take things to heart. I'm very light on the shoulders with, people's commentary and things like that. I don't take it to heart. because you can't. Like, you don't know who these people are who comes on these lives. And sometimes people need love. Sometimes people need grace. And that's why I end every live by telling people that I love them, because some people didn't even hear that today. So you have to spread kindness even when it's not spread to you. You have to show up for other people. You know, you never know who needs to be on the live and who needs to comment, or who needs to have somebody to be an example of how they can, you know, wake up the next day and be their best self. So I just want y'all to know, like, I enjoy these lives because I get to prove myself wrong. It's always a you versus you thing. It's never oh my gosh, it's never a situation where you can be like, okay, well, what are they going to think? Or what if somebody doesn't like me? Or what if somebody doesn't really go on the live? It doesn't matter. Like, I do my lives in the morning time. You know, like this morning I ate breakfast. I spoke to the people. People tap in, they tap back out. I appreciate your time. You know, even if you couldn't stay long. Because at the end of the day, we all just want to support each other, even when we don't have enough time in a day. And sometimes people don't want to support you. That is okay as well. I said, I'm going to have to go. But stand up for yourself and don't listen to police and don't be shy. Absolutely, Ham Fam Cam. I love you for that. And good night, my dear. I love you so much. So just constantly, I want to just tell y'all to just be the best version of you. Don't allow for people to continuously tell you who you aren't, because you waking up every single day is telling me and telling the world that you have purpose in your life. You just have to take control over it. You have to take control over it. You have to let people know, regardless of how they feel about you, that you're going to do exactly what you set out to do in the world and be big and bold behind it. I want you to, for sure. I want you to be big and bold behind just loving on yourself and being the best version of you. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. I'm so serious. It was one point in time where I wasn't very confident. I would beat myself up when I was younger about how I looked. I didn't know how I sound. You know, I was afraid to even show up half the time because I'm like, my story wouldn't matter to somebody else. But in actuality, you don't know who you can show up for. And these people would absolutely love to support you. So I made the necessary changes to finally show up for me and show up for my children, because I know that the old me, it has nothing to do with the new version. I want to be the new version of me so bad that I'm willing to take a pay cut. And I don't think a lot of people are willing to do that just to be a better version of them, of themselves, I would say. So y'all have to make sure, regardless of who says what or does what, that you be the best version of you that you can be. Y'all gonna go with me downstairs. I got my chicken on. Chicken. It smells good down here, y'all. My baby boy is sick. Had to make sure he was breathing. He was like so sick. I think I'm gonna have to make him some like chicken broth. Make him some chicken broth. But as I said, I want y'all to show up to be the best version of you that you can be. Do not. Well, thank you, Ham Fam Cam. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. But again, y'all, I want y'all to, let me get my chicken out the oven. Hold on. I want want y'all. Ooh. I need y'all to be the best versions. I gotta cook someone. But I want y'all to be the best version of you that you can be. It took me a long time to get to that place to say that, because at one point in time I wasn't necessarily practicing what I preach, and I can be honest about that and say that I wasn't confident at all. I wasn't confident about how I was living my life. I wasn't confident about getting online and talking to people. I just wasn't. And I won't lie to y'all about that. But it takes you, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to have to take this off of here. And I'm going to just let it do what it's doing while I cut up my onions. Yeah. But it was one point in time when I was not as confident in myself. And it took me having to really wake up to understand who I was. And you can never live your fullest potential when it comes down to your purpose if you don't know who you are. Your identity is everything. And if you don't know who you are as a person, you will never live out your purpose. And I think the biggest thing compared to death is living a life with no purpose at all. You don't know what you do. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. You don't know what direction you're headed in. It's a dangerous place to be, because you will waste your life. You'll waste your years. You'll waste time. And time we cannot get back, y'all. Thank you, Ham Fam Cam. Time we cannot get back. So I want y'all to definitely understand that regardless of what you go through, do self-discovery, do self-audit, wake up and understand that there is so much more to life than soaking and indulging in people's opinions and what they think of you. And if I do this, people will judge me. People are going to talk regardless if you do right, whether you do wrong. And I encourage for everybody to please, if you can do nothing else, do right. But I just want you to understand that it is so critical for us to show up for us. Okay, show up for yourselves. But I love y'all so much, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all who jumps on these lives with me and just allows for me to share my thoughts with y'all, and just allow for me to talk and just share my form of wisdom. But I do want y'all to do not allow for your trauma to dictate or believe so much of your past that you forget that there's a future ahead. It took me a long time to get here, and I'm just saddened that it took me so long, 32 years, to finally understand that I am an importance to the world, that I'm worthy, that I am enough, and that my story is going to change millions of people's lives. I say that with so much grace and authority because I know God has a purpose for me, and I know that He allowed for me to go through life to be a game changer when it comes down to how people think and how people will get out of their circumstances and their situations, because I'm a problem solver, and I have found a solution to the problem that I dislike the most in this world. The number one thing that I'll leave with y'all on how to understand how to not allow for your trauma to be the truth of your future. Anything in this life that gets you upset, anything in this life, I'm going to just leave this with y'all and then I'll let you go. Anything in life right now that bothers you, anything that you see around on your day-to-day and you know it bothers you, like it could be a person being mistreated, a homeless person being mistreated, or something of that sort. But I want you to understand, anything that bothers you in this life and it really gets under your skin and it makes you upset, find a solution to that problem. Find a means to make that not a problem anymore. Anything that's a problem in this life today that gets under your skin, it makes you upset, you're passionate about it, I want you to know that that is your purpose and find a solution to that problem that bothers you, because you will make sure that the world is a better place by solving that issue. So I love y'all so much. I will see y'all again in the morning for the morning blueprint. I appreciate each and every one of y'all stepping in. Again, my name is Monique. This is the Rebuild Empire channel. I am the foundation layer coach. And again, like I said, my testimony is changing the world. And I know that it will change millions and millions of lives. You got to speak yourself into the existence of your future. And I want you to do that. I love y'all so, so, so much. And again, have a great night.